What is up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the best way to farm materials for the Pokemon lottery machine in the Indigo Disk DLC. This guide is going to make it so you can spin that slot machine as much as you want, so you can get as many money items, Para Shards, and of course, the very rare special balls. And of course, guys, like my type of content, enjoy these videos. Please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam and that join channel member button below. Now, if you don't know how to unlock the lottery machine, it's very simple. You just go to the computer and just buy it for, I believe, like 200 BP, and then you can keep on upgrading and upgrading to get the rare items spawning. I have a full video guide on that if you want to check that out. Now, let's talk about the materials for the actual item printer machine here. So how you want to use the lottery machine in general is you want to do 10 print jobs, and it's going to take 1000%. Now, not every Pokemon is going to have the same weight. Even at max, some of them are going to be just 18, which is probably one of the lowest. 9% is the lowest. 23 is pretty decent, but 68 ends up being the best. Now, these are the Pokemon we want to actually farm. Now, Ditto is not a good Pokemon to farm because it's very hard to find in general. Very annoying one. Delibird at 54%. Now, I want to say that there is an upcoming Delibird event from December 21st to December 24th. There will be Delibird outbreaks everywhere, so you could farm Delibird outbreaks and just auto battle everything and to get those Delibird materials. But that's not the best, honestly. That's decent, but it's not the best. Now, we want to keep on scrolling until we see the one Pokemon that's going to do it for us, and that is going to be Happiny. Happiny Dust gives us 68%, which is the highest percentage that you can get, and is actually a relatively easy Pokemon to isolate because not only does Happiny drop it, but all Pokemon from that line, so including Chansey and Blissey, those are going to be the ones that we want to farm for this video. Now, the best Chansey spawning area is going to be near the Team Star Ferry area, so you can just fly to the North Province Area 3 Pokemon Center. This is actually the same location that we used back in the day for the early quick EXP guide. It's going to be pretty much the same method. So we are going to go down to this tree over here, and we're going to actually make ourselves a sandwich because Chanseys are a relatively rare spawn, so we're going to need some sort of normal type encounter sandwich. Now, luckily, we don't have to actually make any sort of special sandwich. No Herba Mystica required, which is really nice. We can actually go to one of the predetermined sandwiches. We're going to go all the way down to sandwich number 34. If you don't have this sandwich, you can still make it with the recipe on the screen here, which is 1 rice, 1 jalapeno, 1 tomato, 1 I believe that's curry powder, and then 1 mayonnaise. So we're gonna be good to go on that, and we're gonna be getting normal type encounter level 2. You could go for level 3, and you could use a sparkling level sandwich as well, but it's not necessary to make the Chansey spawn unless you really want to hunt for a shiny one. And now that we have our encounter power level 2 up, we are ready to begin this auto battle. Now, I will say, you want to have a good auto battle Pokemon. Some really good ones are like Vikavolt, Goldingo, pretty much any Pokemon that hover above the surface are going to be really good and really quick. I would recommend those, but technically any Pokemon can do this. So we just want to like walk around and just knock out every one of these Chanseys and Blisseys. So Chanseys are dropping 3, Blisseys are dropping 4, and it's honestly incredibly easy just to walk around and just knock out as many as possible. The big thing is they will run away, so that is definitely problematic, but absolutely worth it for all this good stuff. Now, of course, you do have to deal with auto battle shenanigans, like why isn't Vikavolt attacking? Who knows? But if you see a good group like this, you can send your Pokemon out there and then just have them auto battle for you and then just reposition. So like we got a pretty solid group right here. So we don't want to like run up and scare them, and they won't run away from our auto battle Pokemon in general. So you want to get your positioning sort of right. You do sometimes get some other Pokemon spawning in, which is pretty interesting, like Sunflora. But you know, Vikavolt taking out some more Pokemon. All right, now throw our Pokemon over here, put it back, and we're gonna keep on farming. And you can only hold a max of 999, so don't do this for past that. And you're gonna be getting endless amounts of materials from this, especially if they just keep on spawning like this. It's definitely not an AFK hunt. You definitely got to pay attention, but if you do this for about 30 minutes, you're definitely going to be able to fill up your slots of Happiny, and you don't have to waste any precious other materials because this material is really only used for making like TMs like Metronome, which you're not really going to be using, especially if you play competitive. Now, we have a second material farming spot if you didn't like that first one. So you're going to fly to the Polar Plaza. just go south of the Polar Plaza, a little bit towards the west, and we're going to be going to this cave. Now, this is the cave I highlighted on the channel for the Alolan Wolfhicks exploit guide. This is also where the Terra Matang is. And this is the cave right here. If you want to see the full zone, what we're looking at, this is what we're looking at over here. So just right south of the Polar Plaza. So what you want to do is you want to knock out the Terra Matang in here, go into the middle of this cave and set up a sandwich. And we're going to go for a dragon type sandwich because you can actually get Duraludons spawning in here, which are going to be pretty solid for you to farm. They don't give as much as the Happiny. They don't give the 68%. I believe they are 56%. Still pretty solid overall. And we have a good sandwich for dragon encounter, and that is going to be sandwich number 85 here. Now, sandwich number 85 doesn't have any Urban Mystica, so it's going to be a super easy sandwich for you to use for this hunt. Now that we have Dragon Encounter level 2, we're ready to begin this farm. So we're going to go back towards the entrance of this cave over here, and we're going to be getting Duraludons spawning in to this cave, and they're going to be from the left to the right. They're not going to be 100% spawning in by themselves, but it's still pretty decent farm. And we're sort of just going to hang out here by the entrance, and we're just going to let Vikavolt take out all these Pokemon. And we want more of them to be spawning over here. So if you just go over here to the right side, essentially you're going to be spawning in about at the same rate that other Pokemon are going to be spawning in as well. So you're going to be able to knock out the Duraludons, but you're also able to knock out a bunch of other Pokemon as well. It's not as good as the Chansey because, you know, you're not just necessarily getting Duraludons, but when you do knock out Duraludons, you still get some pretty good material items. Sometimes the Pokemon will get a little bit stuck there, so just keep that in mind. But we want to hang out back towards the right near this rock here and just let your Vikavolt go to work or whatever your other Pokemon is. If you think Vikavolt's going a bit too fast, then try Golden Go because it's a little bit slower, but it's still pretty decently fast. Or you can try any other slower auto battle Pokemon. But yeah, pretty solid, almost AFK method. You got to babysit it a little bit, but this is still going to be a general good farming spot for you to knock out a bunch of Pokemon and get their materials, especially those Duraludon materials. And of course, keep an eye out on random shiny Pokemon because your auto battle Pokemon cannot knock out a shiny, as we just randomly got a shiny Alolan Vulpix, which is absolutely crazy. I can't help it, guys. This is the PanFro Games experience. And of course, guys, if you enjoy this video and like my type of content, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And I want to give a shout out to all the people in the last video who told me about these locations. Really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.